Welcome to Moonlight African Tales, where love meets tradition.
In the heart of the ancient lands, hidden between the green folds of the Anambra Hills, there lay a village kissed by mystery and guarded by time. Ogbunike. The people of Ogbunike lived in harmony with nature, honoring their ancestors, guided by tradition, and united by the rhythm of one sacred object. It was no ordinary drum, crafted from the Iroko tree, blessed by for generations of priestesses. It was believed to speak with the voice of the gods. When played, the drum revealed truth, ignited love, and healed the hearts of the people. Obianuju was the daughter of Ogbunike's last sacred drummer, a gifted woman, whose voice calmed storms and lulled children to sleep. After her mother passed into the spirit realm, Obianuju became the keeper of her melody, singing by the river each morning. As the mist rose and the sun stretched over the water, she was beautiful, not just in face, but in spirit. Gentle, curious, respectful. The elders often said, she is the kind of woman who walks with her head bowed, yet lifts the hearts of everyone she meets. Obianuju had reached the age of marriage, and as expected, suitors came. Azemu, son of the high priest, was the first. He walked as though the gods whispered in his ears. Clothed in white, with sacred chalk across his forehead, Azemu believed he was destined to lead. But beneath his chance was a pride that clouded his heart. Ikenna, the second, was a wealthy trader. He wore imported silks, had men carry him in carved litters, and spoke often of cities beyond the forest. What is love, he said, if not a transaction of benefits? To him, Obianuju was a jewel to be bought, displayed, and owned. And then there was Namdi, the hunter. Quiet, steady, he greeted even the smallest child with respect. When Obianuju sang, Namdi didn't boast. He simply listened. When asked what he offered, he said, peace, patience, and a heart that knows how to wait. One morning, a cry rose from the shrine. The sacred drum was gone. Stolen, vanished, silenced. The village trembled. Without the drum, marriages could not be blessed. The gods would not be heard, and the bond between worlds would weaken. The elders consulted the oracle. After casting bones and speaking to the wise, she said, the drum will only return through the hands of he whose heart is pure, whose spirit is in tune with the land, and who loves not for power nor riches, but truth. And so it was declared, whosoever finds the sacred. Azemu entered the sacred caves, fasting and praying, demanding that the spirits reveal the path. But the spirits do not speak to the arrogant. Ikenna rode from village to village, offering cowries, promising gifts, even bribing oracles, but no drum can be bought that belongs to the gods. Only Namdi walked gently into the forest, carrying nothing but a calabash of palm wine and his mother's prayers.
He sat by the river, where Obianu once sang. He offered kola to the earth, broke it in four, and said, if the drum hears my heart, let it call to me. The trees listened. Deep in the sacred forest, Namdi was met by three tests. First, a lost child crying by a thorn bush. Many would walk past, thinking it a spirit's trick. But Namdi stopped, calmed the child, and carried him to safety. Second, a wounded antelope limping beside a stream. A hunter's instinct would strike, but Namdi washed its wound and let it go. Third, an old woman, bent and weak, asked him to carry her load. He lifted it without question. As they walked, her face changed, glowing like the moon. She was no woman. She was the guardian of the drum. She led him to a clearing where time stood still. There, resting on a stone altar, was the sacred drum glowing with soft light. He did not rush. He touched the drum and whispered, I come not to take, but to return you to your people. The drum answered with a single beat. When Namdi walked back into Ogbunike, the village erupted. Obianu, eyes wide with wonder, ran to him. She touched the drum, and it beat again softly, like a heart finding its twin. The elders raised their hands to the sky. The drum had chosen. On the day of their union, Ogbunike dressed in white and red. The sky smiled. Masquerades danced. Elders chanted blessings. Obianu wore her mother's coral beads. Namdi wore the feathers of the forest. The sacred drum sang a melody. And so, the girl who sang by the river, and the boy who listened to the earth, became not just lovers but leaders. The sacred drum of Ogbunike beat again in the village square, in the caves, in the hearts of the people. And if you walk through Ogbunike today, they say you can still hear it. Thump thump. Love, truth, legacy.